So as of late, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard has been on fire. And even though I do disagree with her on a number of issues, she's one of the few people in Congress that's demonstrated that she actually gives a damn about the American people. So she recently called for the reinstatement of Glass Steagall. Representative Tulsi Gabbard joined 26 members of Congress in introducing the Return to Prudent Banking Act today. The bipartisan legislation endorsed by Public Citizen and the AFL-CIO would reinstate important consumer protections put in place after the Great Depression and require separation between commercial and investment banking. From the Great Depression through the turn of the 21st century, Glass Steagall helped keep our economy safe. Repealing it allowed too-big-to-fail banks to gamble with the savings and livelihoods of the American people with devastating, irrevocable consequences. Hawaii, along with communities across the country, paid the price in 2008 with the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Today, the banks that were too big to fail in 2008 are even bigger and more powerful now. We must reinstate Glass Steagall and create a financial system that works for every American, not just Wall Street banks, said Representative Tulsi Gabbard. Now, to give you some background, in 1933, the Banking Act, also known as the Glass Steagall Act, passed amid an atmosphere of chaos and uncertainty to address banking failures of the Great Depression. The goal of its lead co-sponsors, Representative Henry Steagall and Senator Carter Glass, was to separate commercial and investment banking and restore confidence in the American banking system. In 1999, Congress repealed the Glass Steagall Act and removed the barriers between investment banking and traditional depository banks. This action gave financial institutions and investment firms access to the deposits of the American consumer, which then were used to gamble on the Wall Street casino. This misguided deregulation allowed the creation of giant financial supermarkets that could own investment banks, commercial banks, and insurance firms, and created companies too big and intertwined to fail. This lack of regulation also allowed Wall Street to leverage their debt past sustainable ratios, using consumer mutual funds and the pension accounts of American workers as collateral. And as was stated in the press release, this was a piece of legislation that was enacted during the Great Depression, and it was a piece of New Deal legislation. And do you want to know who repealed this? The president that signed the repeal of Glass Steagall was President Bill Clinton in 1999. So it's frustrating that Democrats are not on board with this. Only 26 people are getting behind Tulsi Gabbard. It should be 100% of Democrats in Congress that are getting behind this initiative, because this is a no-brainer to me. And here's what we can do just individually. If you are putting your money in the bank accounts of these really large banks that like to gamble with your money, you can take a stand. If you pull your money out and put it into a credit union, then what you do is you give a big middle finger to all of these big banks and you support your local community. And it also benefits you, because for me, I had a bank account with JP Morgan Chase and I pulled out because they were charging me these arbitrary monthly fees, and you already have my money. You shouldn't be charging me any fees. So I put my money in a credit union, and now I'm saving. I'm actually making money, because they have benefits. It helps the community. They give me loans. They offer loans for if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car. And they give you, reverse fees. For example, I get a reverse fee every month if I keep a certain amount of money deposited in my bank account. So it benefits you, it benefits your community, and it tells these big banks that we're done with their bullshit. These too big to fail banks are ruining the economy. They already crashed the economy in 2008, and we don't want them to do it again. So when it comes to what Tulsi Gabbard is proposing here, I think it's a no-brainer, and I'm really glad that she's standing up for all of these highly popular progressive policies that shouldn't even be debatable. The Democratic Party should all just be in favor of reinstating Glass Steagall, but the fact that we have to fight with Democrats like Hillary Clinton, we fought with her to agree to reinstate Glass Steagall, and she never conceded on this point. So Democrats need to take a stand, and the fact that only 26 people are behind Tulsi Gabbard, it shows that we have to take over Congress. We have to take over the Democratic Party with Justice Democrats, because I want that to be 100% of Democrats, and I also want it to be 100% of Republicans, because this is a no-brainer.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.